Hi everybody, welcome to Greg's Workshop. Sorry about the blur. I got to bring down the roller door a bit after I finish doing the intro. Well, like and subscribe. I'm sorry I haven't put too many videos up, but I've only got so much time. I done some other stuff. I had a leaky fish pond, which took me over a month to fix, and I didn't film it. My channel's not a repair thing for me housework. I had to put new brakes on the missus's car. We had to put a new exhaust, and now I'm up to putting 4 brand new tyres on it. Got to put front brakes on it this week. Yeah, these are some car pays or service centres do some dodgy stuff. They put brand new brakes on one side and half worn out ones on the other side. Yeah. That's just like it. So I'm welding up the base of this forge today. I've got some of it done. I'm going to weld the rest of it today, show you what I'm doing, and then have a talk later, discuss what I'm going to build next. Well, I can't do nothing with the powder coating oven until I can find cheaper burners to put in it. And I'm going to switch you around now so you can see what I'm doing. Righto, I'll pull the roller door down, which will take the glare away. As you can see, I've got the base on. I've got some of it welded along the back here and the front. Now, this is bloody hot. So, this is just to show you that what I'm doing. I'm welding it back together in sections. So, I'm going to spin it around. And now I'm going to start from here and weld back this way in sections. I'll do probably 4 welds and then spin it around and do the other side. Then I'll spin it around and finish it off. Here we go, everybody. Yep. I can already hear the comments. Make sure I get that corner. Yeah. A bit to put up on top here. Right. Now I've got to get something to put up here so I can rest my arm on. So these take 3,000 degrees or more, up to 4,000, 5,000 degrees. They take a lot of heat. That's my bottom. Right. That's the refractory spluttering. It's a real pain in the butt. Fill that up just nicely, I think. Just up here. The refractory's getting blown back into the tip. That's all right. It'll come out. The next time you see this will be all ground, and I'll be putting the insulation in the base. I've got 2 layers of bricks and 2 layers of refractory, and I'll mix up. I'll put the jar stuff in out of the jar down the bottom, make sure all the bricks are cemented together, and then I'll put the bought refractory, mix up 5 kilos of it and pour it all over the top. Here we go. Turn it around and finish off the other side, and then I'll roll it over and finish off this side. And that'll be today's video done. Because this is starting to get really hot. It'll take probably all day to cool down, all the rest of the day. And this is only supposed to be about a 20-minute video. So, how long is it now? 10 minutes. It's a lot of work. Took me 3 weeks to do the pond, and that was in between that last video, before that last video and after it. Now I've got, the breaks took me a day. The boy come and give me a hand with the putting the exhaust on. He done the exhaust, took him about 10 minutes. Bolt on, cost me $195 for a brand new one, from engine cap to the rear muffler. And they wanted $190 to put a straight pipe in. I told them to stick it. Anyhow, back to welding this up. Strip right on top. Okay. Now we put this last bit in. Now I'll turn it over and finish off welding the other side. I haven't been welding things for a long time. I haven't done any welding for about a month. take a bit of that milk over. There it is. Turn this around a bit so I can have a chat. Right. I've got to find out where it's going to sit. About there, I think. Where's the chair? Right on the button. There we go. Hi. Yes. There's a lot of work goes in to doing this shit. I don't edit. I might have to touch that corner up a bit before I do that. Yeah, no, I didn't put the earth in. The earth tables. It's took me a long time. Body's willing, mind's willing, but the body's getting too old. But I'm still doing what I've got to do. Bits and pieces at a time. Like my channel. I said I'm working out what I'm going to build next. But I'm not going to build one. I'm going to buy one and add my trick to it. I want one of those plasma tracer things to put on the table so I can put the plasma table down the back here, hook it to there, and just do what I mark out the pieces that I want to cut, and they can cut it. Or I can shove a plate on there with a drawing on it. Yeah, mate. Just our stick leaving. by the end of next week, I should be able to fire it up. Now this is why I knocked out the bottom of my nozzle. This piece of stuff. It was stopping the gas from coming through and causing the flowback. Now, this should, I should have been able to go in this pretty well, do that. Then I've got to get where the fan is. There's my furnace for my forge sitting over there. That's the trolley for it. So I can get this and put the pieces on the side here and weld it and bolt it to that trolley so it doesn't fall off. I hope to have this running before next week. And not this week, not next week, the week after. It should be running, I should be finished the videos. I only have the dragons on the side of it, or on the head, the doors, as locks, as shut, so I can shut them. But I will burn it in and run the heat up at slow from 50 degrees back down to up from 50, go up to 50, back, let it cool down, go up to 100, let it cool down, go that up 200, let it cool down. Fill all the cracks, take it higher, take it to full forging temperature or forge weld temperature. This forge will take up to 3,000 degrees, so, and still have a bit left over. No, if everybody wants to know why I don't make so many videos, I've slowed down, is because this is all financial out of my pocket. I don't get paid from YouTube. I can see they don't pay me for my videos because I've already way over the amount of watch time for earnings on the videos. I said I wouldn't mind a few dollars going into my PayPal account so I could have stuff to buy, some money to buy stuff to build. I'm looking to buy another shop, build another shop, one on a property that I'm looking at, but I've got to wait for some money to come through from superannuation, from my insurance, from all that sort of stuff, and the way it's going, I'm never going to get it. So I had one company asking me if I needed help. I said yes. I go to say yes to them, and all the stuff from my computer's been deleted. But everything else was in that file, was there, but nothing else was deleted. Just my insurance and my superannuation stuff. So it did make me a happy camper. So I'm going to try and have all this done and fire it up and burn it in on camera and use the forge, use the anvil. I might make a pair of tongs, a long nosed pair of tongs with a grip the other way for gripping round tubing, round pipe or square pipe. I don't know yet. I'm rather pleased with the stump. That was the highest viewing video that I ever had. In 5 shows, I outdone every other view, every other anvil, anything else that I built, except for the forge, was equal when it got to making the doors and all that and start putting it together. I got 380 something views on that. Now this one here, has come up, this had, the other one only had a couple of hundred in the first 8 days. In 10 days, this one was rocked, higher than anything. I was real pleased. I got over 6,000 views in a month I was happy. I said, I don't know what's going on. 6,000 views, that's a lot of views for me. I said, if anybody knows how many views you get before you get paid, YouTube's supposed to pay you for your videos after you get so many. And I'm up to 250 videos and 6,000 odd views a month. This one has dropped down to 95 views, the last video. The one before that was over in 1.5 gig, 1.5, 1,500 views, 1,100 views, sorry. That's how much it was in. Now, I'm going to let this cool down for a couple till tomorrow. I'm going to put this video up. It'll be up for 2 weeks, and then this one will come back ground and all cleaned up over on its bottom, and putting the bricks and the refractory in, and that will go in 3 sections so it dries. I want it to dry hard, then I rough it up with the sandpaper, and then I've cleaned it out, and then I put another layer of bricks and mud in and have it all solid, and then I'll leave the last bit, about an inch or ½ inch. I'll put a ½ inch coating of 3,200 degrees refractory over it after I mix it. Then I'll smooth it out and let it dry. Then I'll go over the rest of the doors with the sander and sand them all. Why won't you close, you bastard? Mud at the back here on the hinge, on the base of the thing. That's all right, I'll grind it off. It'll come off. Then I can paint all the interior and do the rest of it. And then I can cook it so hard. I'll heat it up, I'll put the heat lights in there and jam it on until it gets to about 25, 30 degrees. I'll leave that in there for 3 days. That should dry it hard as a rock. And then I'll put another layer in it after I rough it up. Because this stuff does sand good when it's not quite dry. You rough it up before you, when you dry it so far, you rough it up and then you dry it the rest of the way. And you still got that rough surface, which gives you time for the other layer to sweat into those grooves and stick. Yeah, some of my wells are pretty shitty. Just here's good, shitty. Underneath was good, but shitty on top. This is good and underneath, but shitty on top because I put I fill weld in it. I just don't care when I fill it. It splutters like a bugger. My well is over nearly 20 years old. So over 20 years old, so it's starting to get well worn. I got it on 5 to do that welding, where I should only have it on 2. It won't weld it on 2. She's shot. It's about a $3,000 welder. I've had it for a lifetime. I said I put a 6 wire in it, I can weld panel steel with it. But I want to use it for heavy gauge steel. I've got to make, I'm going to do the plasma table. I'm going to buy one. There's one on the internet. It's not very dear. It's a 960 by 960 by 1 metre high. It's a 900 millimetre round square. That's plenty big enough for me to wheel out the side and put out the back and bring it in when I want to use it. I'm going to put wheels on it. I'll bring it out, put it in, bring it out, put it in. Yeah, I had my birthday last month in April. I said, everyone from who sent me thank you very much. I said I did say thank you on the computer back to you. Well, Barry made a video on my birthday and I just watched it the other day. That Mustang looks like a screen in a screen door, but he'll get it done. You watch him, it'll come good. The F100 Bronco looks pretty good. I like the Bronco. I had a car, my Cortina was originally that colour. Yes, my car was the original green, was that colour. I rather liked it, but I went to metallic, emerald green, emerald metallic it's called. When I repaint it, I'm going to give it another fresh coat of paint. I'm going to block sand it, pull everything out of it, grind all the wells around the inside before I do anything. And then I'm going to clean them up, and I'm going to make sure they're finished done in the inside. I said, and then I'm going to give them a coat of, what do they call that? Metal men stuff. You mix up, scrape it around, and it goes as hard as a rock. It's like a seam sealer. And then I'll spray it with Armour Guard, but I'm going to get the Armour Guard, the Rhino Guard. I'm going to get it tinted to the same colour as my car. Metallic green, emerald metallic green. I'll see what the boys at the paint shop can do. I want about 3 or 4 cans. All the underneath is going to be painted the same. But I think I can put the Armour Guard, I can put a clear over it. So I'm going to buy a clear coat, put over it. Once I get it in there, and then when I'm finished, the diff will be powder coated. Everything will be powder coated. I'm going to take all the chrome out of it because the chrome's shit. The bloke who done the chrome work is useless. The chrome work is garbage. I said I paid over $600 for one box with a few bits and pieces in it. And when I got them home, the stabiliser bars are sitting there. The stabiliser bar, whatever you call it, the torsion bars are sitting there, and they didn't even sand them down. He just chromed over the top of the rust and everything. And expected me to pay that full price. I said, go and get stuffed. I said, this is for a show car. I was going to drive it, but I wouldn't be seen. Well, it's never been on the road with a chrome on it, because some of the chrome's shocking. Anyhow, I'm going to call it quits for the day, and you leave a like, subscribe, and give me a thumbs up. Please give me a thumbs up, and share it with your friends. Get them to come and have a look. Give me a comment. I haven't had any bad comments. That's good on my part. I haven't had any good comments neither. I've had a few good ones, but not bad, no bad ones. And I said, the good ones, some of them, I had 300 and something views on a couple of videos ago, never even had a thumbs up on it. I said, out of 300 views, I find that hard to swallow. They watched it, didn't dislike it, didn't like it. So what did they watch? And the watch time was up well in the 2-hour mark. Anyhow, I'm going to have a drink. Turn the welder off. Yes, the fan's going because it cools the welder down. If I turn it off, it's going to bugger my welder completely. This fan goes and keeps the interior cool. If I weld like I did and turned it off and turned the welder off, it'd heat that core up and I wouldn't be welding anymore because it'd be burnt out. Oh, that cold water's good. Righto, everybody. I will see you on the next one. And all the best to everybody. And answer to half-assed customers. My heart goes out to you, bloke. Yeah, I'm a softie. It brought a tear to my eyes when I seen that happen. I said, I've lost everything before myself, but not through a fire. I said, the next door neighbour nearly lost his life in a fire. I'm not saying what happened, but we got him, he got out of it. And he's lucky we were here. And I feel really sorry for a half-assed customer. For his ute, for his white ute, I like that truck. That was a cool truck. I said, I don't get those type of things here. I want a Model A coupe that's been chopped a little bit with a Mustang clip in it and leaf coil springs, leaf springs at the back, or a independent floating suspension put in as a project. But I want that made with it in, and the chop at the back, about 3 inches at the back and about 2 inches at the back. The choppers on it's like a iron track garage. You seen that green one he's doing with the Hemi in it? Model A, Model T, whatever it is. That sort of chop. Not so much at the back and not so much at the front. I'm pretty tall. I don't want to sit in a seat with a flat floor. I want the seat to sit up at least that high off the floor, and I can sit in there properly and drive it. I don't want to be sitting on the floor. I can't drive a car sitting on the floor. My back wouldn't allow me. I said I'd like to get one of those pre-made metal ones where they've got no wood in them, and I can strengthen it by making the wood pieces out of metal, and I can do it here, but I couldn't afford to buy one. It takes 6 months to a year to get it here, and the amount of money that it cost me $30,000, plus a carb motor and gearbox, and I want to put a 302 Windsor in it with inside exhaust out the back, no exhaust out the side. Can't have it here. I don't know, but I wouldn't put one because I couldn't handle that noise all day. That'd drive me insane. Proper boot, open close, all soundproof, all carpeted, everything put in it properly, all door trims, proper door trims, everything done. I'd like to be able to do that. I'm 66 now. I'm getting too old. I'd like to finish this one and get it back on the road. At least I have one car finished in my lifetime. I've got one already. That's Wayne's Ute. And it's in a magazine. I've got a picture of it one day. I'll put it up in the magazine. I'll show you the picture of the cover of the magazine. Might even do it live stream. And the guy in New South Wales, he bought it. Then he can come and see me. I'd like to see the car. I'd like to see the ute again. I haven't seen it since it's gone. That's over 15 years. I guaranteed it for 10 years against rust. I'd like to see how the rust stayed with it. If it left, good. Because I'd spent enough. I bought a rust-in converter called RS1. Well, the only place sells it now is a second-hand paint shop. I think he's the only one where you can get it. And you can paint over this stuff. You spray it on. You can sand it off after you're finished and paint over the top, which I'd done. Underneath that car, everything was sprayed with, even the chassis rails were filled with that shit. I bunged up holes with 100-mile-an-hour tape, taped over shit, and filled it full of this stuff. 20-litre drum I emptied through that car to get every nook and cranny. If I could have soaked it, I would have. If I had a place where I could take it and fill it up with RS1 and drop it in there, I would leave it in there. I'd leave it for 24 hours and then come and bring it out. The RS1 would be the colour of the this black on the box here. It'd be black like that box. Anyhow, I'm going to sign off. Give me a thumbs up and let me know what you think. And I hope I didn't prattle on too much, because I haven't done much. It's just other house stuff I don't video, because it doesn't. The pond's not finished. I'm doing some building out there and reshaping some other stuff, but the pond don't leak no more. Someone had stood on the waterfall and crushed it down and put the rock on top of it, and it was flooding out underneath the rock and going down underneath the pond. So, well, I'm going to turn you off and I'm going to go before I get too much flapping my gums. We'll see you later, everybody, and have a nice day.